Hey there everyone, this is Barry logging in. How's everybody doing this evening? I'm just doing a little test setup of the microphone and doing some quality assurance of OBS. You may not know this, but I do most of my gameplay recording off of SHADOWPLay, and it's a great feature of owning a NVIDIA graphics card, being that it really does give any performance hit to your gaming while using it. And it's fantastic that it's got the, well, SHADOWPLay feature to it, where something cool happens on screen. I'm able to just hit a quick keybind and bam, I've got that 2 minutes of gameplay recorded. So really great in a high action game like PUBG. Now, the only downside to using SHADOWPLay is the variable frame rate that it records in. The problem with the variable frame rate is that the audio does not always sync up to what's happening on display when you go into editing. So I recently just ran across that after, God, I don't know, 15 videos, and on video 16, the audio just would not sync up. Tried everything, tried exiting, restarting, etc. Wasn't really sure. Checked the files compared to the other ones. Everything matches up, just desyncs. So going ahead, and the footage you're seeing on screen right now, guys, this is all through OBS. I'm using MP4 format, 50,000 kilobits per second for recording rate. That's 50 megabits per second, essentially, is what that equates to. And with this amount, it's pretty much on par with SHADOWPLay. I gotta say, the quality looks great on my screen. I will state, though, it gave quite the performance hit while I was playing. I was down maybe 20 to 30 frames in some scenarios. In a game like PUBG, where it's knee-jerk reaction most of the time, it's not good. It's not a good thing. You know, maybe if I was playing a single-player game where 60 FPS isn't the end of the world, I'd be okay with that. But in a shooter, I really like to stay north of 120 frames. I've got a GTX 1080, and while recording this footage, I was actually having a 780 Ti in the case to do. So I'm overall kind of pleased with the results. We're going to get this video rendered up tonight. I'll check it in the morning, see what kind of quality I get, make sure the audio's synced up, and if everything goes well, OBS may be my new main way of recording. I'm not quite sure. Maybe for longer gaming sessions, where I know that, alright, hey, I'm playing with my buddies, we're probably going to get some good games in here. It's definitely worth recording the entire footage, where maybe if I'm just on my own, I'm not really feeling it, and SHADOWPLay is just a great feature to have there, to just hit that button, boom, I've got that awesome action. Pretty sweet flashbang, I gotta say. I started shooting and then finally scope in, as I did panic a little bit when I saw him. So, but otherwise, I figured out the audio. I moved the mic arm much closer to me. It's a little interesting having it right up in your face. But this is going to allow me to set the noise threshold much higher, so hopefully you don't hear all the mechanical keyboard presses when I stream and stuff. So that's good. That's good news. That's a good thing to have. And yeah, so I'm running out of things to talk about here, folks. I feel a little bit like Mike Rowe. I don't know if you know about Mike Rowe and all the great works he does over at Mike Rowe, jobsforwhatever.com, but, you know, you guys should give him a peek, take a look. He's got a podcast that comes out every week. It's called Mike Rowe, The Way I Heard It. Picks a lot of really interesting non-fiction stories that, you know, just about famous people who made a difference or made a difference in their own lives that you may not know about. He, the way he performs it, or the way he, presents it to you is pretty interesting. He tells the tale of this amazing individual and what they did to change their lives or the lives of others, or their great feats, but he had you guessing the entire time. You're sitting there, you're racking your brain, you're trying to figure out who is this amazing person that did all this. This is incredible stuff. I don't think I could ever do this in my entire life, but they're just doing it. And what's cool about it is at the end, he'll finally give you the name, and the way he presents it is just, it's spectacular. You're just kind of like, wow, I didn't know that about that person. Or sometimes when you're knowledgeable enough, you're like, I know who that is, Abraham Lincoln, just cussed in my head. So really interesting stuff, definitely worth taking a look at. Coming towards the end of the video here, guys, and really I'm just testing myself, seeing if I'm able to talk for an entire 5 minutes and 45 seconds, as I do want to start commentating some games. I was watching the ESL IEM Pro League, or Oakland. It wasn't Katowice. Katowice was a while back, but I was watching the IEM Oakland ESL PUBG, and it's crazy the format that they do. They get 20 teams in one little stadium, alright? and they just cast a normal game of PUBG. There's just so much happening on the screen. I don't know how the commentators keep up with it all. I don't know how you focus on anything. The cameraman,
away from me.
You need an exceptional cameraman to see what's going on there, because really it's just, that's 20 teams you got to follow around. They're just, it's insane. So, and a little bit of favoritism goes on as well. You get some of these more notable teams like C9 or Evil Geniuses or Luminosity Gaming, and they talk about them, which, you know, makes sense because people are tuning in to watch a certain team that they like. But some of these newer teams just kind of go to the wayside, and you don't hear too much about them. You don't get much attention. The other thing that kind of sucks about the format is that there's so many players. Like I said, the cameraman's got his work cut out for him. The commentators will be hyping up something happening across the map, and the camera guy's just over on the bridge watching a team camp for 20 minutes. It's like, dude, go to the action, please. Oh, well, sorry, I ranted there pretty long, folks. We're actually past the amount of time on the video. So, anyways, this is Logginberry logging out. Thanks for listening.